All right, Boston, we are back. And it's time for us to continue our year one season simulation with your Boston Bruins, baby, up here at the trade deadline with a record of 32, 26, and 5, trying to make it into the playoffs. We are, 3 games out of a wild card spot with the Florida Panthers. But good news, we have been simulating in the right direction ever since I made some line changes. I was asking you guys in the last video, should we make some trades here at the trade deadline? We're a team trying to win the Stanley Cup right now, and there were a few players that sparked my interest for sure. Just to show you guys our lineups right now. This is essentially going to be the team that we use in the playoffs. Marchand, Bergeron, and Pastrnak. We're really going to need to have a lot of production from these guys. These guys are our studs. DeBrusk, Krejci, and Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson. Ever since we brought up JFK, that second line has been fine, +4. So you got to think Krejci, DeBrusk, and JFK. That will round out the top 6. Third line, Charlie Coyle, Nordstrom, and Bjork. Fourth line, Gauntz, Corrali, and Dayton Heinen. Now, I was asking you guys if we should be trading away Charlie Coyle. A lot of people say that the Boston Bruin fans love Charlie Coyle, so he's got to stay. And an 83 overall player, even if we can't bring him back for next season, would certainly help out our playoff run. We had the studs in the top 6. Where the hell am I looking? Hang on a second. What's his contract? There you go. Well, yeah, 1 year left at 3.2. So a guy like Charlie Coyle, we may not be able to bring back for next season, but we're all in for this year, all right? There's no waiting for next season to come back and be a stronger team. There are younger teams in the NHL, like the Toronto Maple Leafs, especially in the East. There are teams in their prime, like the Tampa Bay Lightning. We are one of those older teams, so we have got to win, and we've got to win right now. So a forward would be nice. I just don't know if I want to be Bjork, Nordstrom, Heinen, or it's got to be one of those guys who's going out, Nordstrom, Heinen, or Bjork. And then defensively, if we could bring in either Alec Martinez or Jake Gardiner, I think that would help us out. But I don't know if the salary cap situation is going to allow us to do that. So first, I want to get the forward. I want to get from the New York Islanders a Derek Brassard, another a rental. I looked at his advanced analytics, and I love the way he plays in this game, or the way he simulates in this game. More takeaways than giveaways. He's a guy who knows what he's doing out there, so we can trust him. Hang on a second, draft picks. Hang on a second, not draft picks. I'm trading my draft pick away. Where is he? Derek Brassard, all right? So 82 overall at 32 years of age. 1 year left at $1.2 million for his salary. Clearly a rental. But when you take a look at these individual stats, the reason I like him, the points fine. -18, that's just the New York Islanders. Don't look at that. I'm loving his takeaways to giveaways, and he throws hits in this game. So I think he used to be like a playmaker in previous NHL games. He's actually a two-way forward. So yeah, he can throw the body, and he can play good defense, and he's not going to cost us too much. 1 year at $1.2 million. So Derek Brassard, I'm going to ask them to put that out there, and I'm going to ask them to retain half the salary. It's not that much. It's only a rental for 1 more season. But if we want to get that defenseman as well, we're going to have to try to save as much money as possible. All right, so Derek Brassard. Now, if we're going to trade someone back, it's got to be someone that they want. I don't want to get rid of Vakinin, Anderson, Shenishin. I don't want to get rid of any of our younger players. We need these guys. Even if they only become 4th or 3rd liners, we're going to need them. We have to trade away one of our forwards if we're going to fit this guy on the roster. So hang on a second here. It's going to have to be somebody with some salary. And we're not going to be able to move David Backes off the team. We're going to have to try to get him either bought out or traded at the draft. I had him on the trading block for the season. It didn't work out. Nordstrom's nice and cheap. Richie's nice and cheap. Wagner I'm holding on to. Actually, Wagner, we could trade away Wagner because we're using Corrali. Let's see, if I trade away Wagner right there, proposed trade, will it go through? Yeah, I think that will go through. Hang on a second. Is there somebody else? Well, it won't go through, like, value-wise. They'll be willing to accept it. Is there another guy that we should trade away right here, ladies and gents? Dayton Heinen. See, a guy like Dayton Heinen would be beneficial to trade away because 2 years left at 2.8, unless he's someone who you got to hold on to. So let me take a look at his stats again. 10 goals, 20 assists, 30 points. He's a +6, so he's getting it done. Takeaways to giveaways. It's not the greatest, but it's not horrible either. 2.8 million. He could be something serviceable for next year, but we got to sign guys like Krug next season. So I'm thinking about trading away Heinen. All right, let's just move down. Corrali I'm holding on to because of his penalty killing role. DeBruski's on a minor league deal right now. Holding on to him. If only we could move Backus's contract, man. If only we could get rid of that. So Nordstrom. It might have to be Nordstrom. Let me take a look at him. He's a -7 right now. 9 goals, 7 assists, so not much of a playmaker, and he gives the puck away a lot. He does throw the body more than Heinen, but yeah, he's not a playmaker, and he gives the puck away. So I think Joachim Nordstrom needs to go in this trade, ladies and gents. So there it is. So Nordstrom straight up for Brassard. We know that's not going to go through, so let's now add on a draft pick for this. We have our first rounder. Holding on to our first rounder would be very nice. Trading away our first rounder, I would do it for a younger player, but there was nobody on the trading block that I'd be willing to give a first rounder up for. Only give up a first rounder if you are a clear-cut, bona fide contender with a nice prospect pool, or if you're going to get a guy that you can use for multiple years. We don't have the salary cap to bring in a guy that we could sign for multiple years. So I'm going to try just a second rounder from this season. All right. So Nordstrom and a second for Derek Brassard, and let's see if we can maybe sneak back a fourth rounder in this. All right. Nordstrom and a second for Brassard and a fourth. Will it go through? Trade rejected. No, they don't want to give up that fourth at all. All right, so let me get rid of that fourth. Remove. The trade value looks in their favor here. So Nordstrom and a second for Brassard. Will it go through? Trade accepted. All right, so there it is, ladies and gents. There's the first trade. Brought him on and retained half of his salary. Trade accepted. The morale's going left and right. All right, so roster moves. Am I going to have to do all this? Power of video editing? Might have to do some power of video editing. Line changes. Let me just do it quickly because I think I could just insert Brassard into the lines right now and it would take care of everything. I want to see how this actually looks with Brassard on this team. So Brassard, all right, two-way forward. Let's see. Does he play well? Good. So he plays well with Charlie Coyle and Bjork. That third line is doing fine with the +1 line chemistry, which is I'm not even looking for. Horrible, fleeced. Boys, we're going for a cup. Shut the hell up. And then the fourth line, Corrali, Heinen. We're going to hold on to Heinen for next season. If we need to trade him, we can. Gauntz is going to stay. We have Backus and Brett Ritchie as our two injury replacements. And now we just need to look at that defenseman. All right, so if we're going to get Jake Gardner, Krug, McAvoy, going to hold on to them. Chara, going to hold on to you. Spooky Assassin, appreciate it. Brendan Carlo, I think I want to hold on to you. I think it's Kevin Miller or John Moore we'd want to move on from to bring in Jake Gardner. So let's see if we can make it work with the salary cap situation. I don't even know if it's going to work with this. Alec Martinez was also available, but he was older and was more expensive. I think with Jake the Snake, we might be able to get him under the salary. And a guy like this with 4 years left at 29, a guy we could flip again at the draft if we need to. So Jake Gardner, all right. And in exchange, we're going to have to get rid of one of our roster players. So let me just see. Moore, Millar, 1 year left. Moore, 4 years left at 2.75. Who do you guys think is more valuable to this team? John Moore or Kevin Miller? Let's see. John Moore is a defensive defenseman, left-handed. Taking a look at some of these stats. Yeah, he gives the puck away a lot. He does block and body. He does block shots and throw the body. Defensive defensemen are always going to give the puck away a lot, so that's unfortunate. Miller's more valuable. All right, so John Moore. Let me see. Miller is right-handed, so yeah, to have that third right-handed defenseman. If we're trading for Gardner, we're gonna be bringing in a lefty. It's only 10 points. Let's see. Yeah, same kind of stats. They're essentially the same player. So which one could we trade to save more money? We have John Moore for another. Yeah, we can hold on to him if we want. We're not going to be able to bring back Miller next season at all. So trade him now. Yeah, it'd be Miller that I'd be moving on from. All right, so Miller moving on from to acquire Jake Gardner. We are capable of making this trade go through. 4 years left. You know what? I'm actually thinking of something here. Discard that trade. Forget that trade for a second. Let me go back to the LA Kings, right? They wanted Miller, and they wanted to get rid of Martinez. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. 2 years left, but if I go 2 years left, which is the same contract as Bergeron, Rask, everyone, and then I go retain the salary, all of a sudden you have Alec Martinez now on your team for another season after this at only $2 million. which allows us to sign guys and bring back Martinez. We can get Krug back. He'll be an 83 overall guy at $2 million. We can't do that with Jake Gardner because Jake has 4 years left on his deal. That'll be a lot of money that they have to retain. I think I could make this one go through. What do you guys think about this? I can't keep the 2.5, but even if I can't keep Martinez, it'll be more value that I could trade because it's retained. What do you guys think about that one? All right, so Miller for Martinez. That's interesting. What else do they want? Let's see if I can find goalie matching the block. Kaiser, he's got no trade value. That'd be useless. And skaters matching the block. Let me see, sort here. Pasternak, Krejci, DeBrusk, Vac. Okay, so I could trade away one of these guys. Frederick, Shenishin, Anderson, Vakanainen. Yeah, I could trade away. Which one of these guys could I trade away, boys? One of these prospects. We're going to have to get rid of one of these prospects. Zaboral. You know what? I'm going to get rid of Zaboral. I'm going to hold on to Vakanen and Anderson. Would any Boston fans in the chat right now be against me trading away Jakub Zaboral? I don't think he's done anything for Boston. He's already 23 at 75 overall. He was drafted 13th overall, but I would say Zaboral for this. I don't think he's going to have him. We can hold on to the other two defensemen that were younger and better overall. So what do you guys think about that? Trade? F. Zaboral? All right, so good. The Boston fans don't care about Zaboral. So Miller and Zaboral, two players that the LA Kings want, and they want to give up Alec Martinez right here. Let me just take a look at Alec Martinez's individual stats again. I'm getting a two-way defenseman back. He's a +6. He gets more assists than goals. And takeaways to giveaways, yeah. See, it's kind of the same as the defensive defenseman, but he's got more offensive stats, so the giveaways are better because he's actually creating offense, unlike the defensive defenseman. I don't know if I want to use him on the penalty kill, though. He does have a lot of block shots and hits, but yeah, this works. This works, and this works into our 2-year plan. So Miller and Zaboral, and I might be able to make this trade without any draft picks. So proposed trade, will it go through? No, trade rejected. So we're going to have to add in something of a draft pick here, ladies and gents. So draft picks, I want to hold on to my third for this year so we can get something. I will trade a third from next season. Let's see if that makes it go through. So Miller, Zaboral, and a third from next year for Alec Martinez at half retained. Trade rejected, yeah. So it would go through naturally, but because we're asking them to retain another year's salary on top of that, that's a lot for them. So I'm going to add in a second instead, all right? So at the draft deadline, we prepared to trade away 2 second-round picks to beef up our squad. Miller, Zaboral, and a second now for Alec Martinez. Will it go through? Trade accepted. All right, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. At the trade deadline, we acquired Brassard and Alec Martinez, both at half retained salary. Martinez we had for an extra year, and all we had to get rid of was Nordstrom, Zaboral, and 2 second-rounders. We still have our two first-rounders that we can bring in young players for next season, so to continue to fill the cupboards, but we have made our team stronger for the playoff run. I think that was a good trade, ladies and gents. I think that was a good trade. So let me go to line changes. I might do some power of video editing right now. Edit lines. In fact, yeah. All right, so YouTube, power of video editing. Let me go through this and figure out the right lineups. Be right back. Okay, so we got our new trade deadline acquisitions in the lineups. We got Derek Brassard on the third line alongside of Charlie Coyle and Anders Bjork. We were thinking about moving him down to the fourth line just to get the chemistry, but I decided against it, man. Screw the chemistry. I'm going with my own lineups here. So that's the forward core. Defensive core, Krug, McAvoy, Carlo, Chara. Martinez actually really helps out our line chemistry for the defensive core, and I've also arranged the lines the way I want them. So Martinez with Moore, Carlo with Chara, Krug, and McAvoy. That's a pretty good blue line right there. Special teams essentially looks the same. Martinez is in on the second line power play, and he's also in on the second line penalty kill just to help out. Okay, other than that, though, we are exactly the same. Rask and Halak in the nets, and scratch players, Backus, Grzelcyk, and Richie in there for injuries. And speaking of injuries, what is this? Back to edit lines. What is this? Oh, this is Providence. Best lines for the Providence Bruins. Speaking of injuries, I was reading your comments, and you guys were saying that injuries at 10 were a lot better. We want to have some injuries in the game, and it seemed like ever since I moved them down to 5, we didn't acquire any new injuries. So I want some, I just don't want too many. So I will listen to you guys, and we'll move these up to 10. All right, so injury occurrence at 10 out of 100. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the switches, the changes, all the little tweaks that I've made to the team, it's pretty much over and done with now. What we have to do is just win games and get into the playoffs, all right? So the trade deadline is right there. How many games we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have 19. Oh, 19. Was it? Yeah, 19. 19 games remaining here in the NHL season, boys. We want to win at least 10 of them. At least 10 of them. All right, and then maybe some overtime losses in there. You know, like a 10-5-2 or something like that. Or 10-5-4, sorry. Get something going like that. Just get a good run. We can make the playoffs. We are only... Ooh, I do like how it shows the standings from this screen now. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. Is that new? Did they just update that? Is that in one of the new updates? Look at that. They show the standings from this simulation screen. Is that new? Have you guys noticed that before? I swear I didn't notice that before. That is new, right? Yeah, because they just added in an update. Oh, good job on you, EA Sports. That actually is a good feature. I like that. I like being able to see these standings as I simulate. All right, so let's get it done. Let's go like 2 weeks at a time. We'll pass the game up against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we'll see how the new-look Boston Bruins play, baby. Trade deadline is almost upon us. Yeah, I know that. Just get it done. Get it over. New. Yeah, it is new. Kaut going to Colorado. Oh, my God. Jake Gardner going to Colorado. And a third and a fourth for Kaut and a second. Stop the sim. Stop the sim. Stop the sim. Jake Gardner going to Colorado. How about their blue line now, ladies and gents? Let's take a look at it. Yeah, that's another thing I love, EA. When you tell us about trades, I mean, it forces the player to go and take a look at this new team. It's really cool. I like how you do that. Colorado Avalanche, all right? So, Pominville, McKinnon, Rantanen, Calvert, Koivu, Landeskog, Nieto, Kadri, Nikushkin, Bellemare, Donskoy, and Wilson. Oh, my God. They got a good team. Ian Cole, McCarr, Gardner, Johnson, Zadorov, and Gerard. Where is... Oh, yeah, Barry is on Toronto now. Fun enough. JT Compher and Tyson Joe. So, they needed Jake Gardner on that team, yeah. Cale Makar and Byram is not ready just yet. That's a good one, man. The Colorado Avalanche, a young team. Kadri and Gardner reunited. They're going to bring that Toronto Maple Leaf failure. And Fagoof. Yeah, they got too many Leafs on that team, man. Gardner, Kadri, and Phaneuf. That's 2013 all over again, waiting to happen. All right, so let's start the sim. First game with the new team, it's a 4-3 victory over Calgary. A 5-1 victory over Dallas. Yes, that's what we need. I don't know what happened there against the Islanders. A 5-3 loss against the Tampa Bay Lightning. A 3-2 loss. That's points, though, against the Florida Panthers. And a 4-1 loss against the Lightning. Now, what about that game against the Islanders? All right, so we won 3. Then we lost 2 against Tampa. Don't worry about that. We're not going to have to face them again for the rest of the year. And an overtime loss against the Florida Panthers. So 4 games out of a playoff spot. We've got to start winning games now. All right, we've got to start winning games now. The final stretch, the final 6 games. Yeah, let's go 3 more games. And then we'll have the final 10 here starting against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So the Philadelphia Flyers... I'm going to be slowing down this sim. Oh, 3-0 regulation loss to the Philadelphia Flyers. Oh, come on, you fucking... Oh, Jesus. What the hell? 4 losses in regulation? Oh, fucking 5-1 in our last 6? Oh, this always happens to me, ladies and gents. I always end up screwing the pooch at the end of the year. Boston's going to miss the playoffs. We are well out of the playoffs now, man. We've got to start winning games, and we got to start winning games now. Oh, my God. Red Wings second in the Atlantic. What the fuck is this? Well, this is EA Sports for you. Edit lines. Let's see what that second line's been doing. I could just go best lines and try to let the team take over. Forsback and Carlson. The second line's doing great. They're +7 now. The second line's doing fantastic. Now, I don't need to change that up. First line, they've got to start playing, man. Broussard's a -20. That was from the Islanders. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna shift that up a little bit. Coyle, you're going down to the 4th line to help them out. Corrali's coming up to the 3rd line. Broussard's gonna be in there, +1 for each. I want to see what these guys can do. In fact, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to move these guys up like this. Oh, what? Oh, because the 4th... Oh, my God. These fucking chemistry bullshit. All right, so we're going to go with chemistry. We're going to see if that helps out, all right? Broussard was a -18. Oh, he's a -18 when we picked him up? All right, so then there you go. He has been playing worse. No, these lines look fine. The defensive lines look fine. We just got to start winning. It's Tuukka Rask as well, man. Tuukka with a 912 save percentage at 90 overall. What the hell's the point? All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The final stretch, taking over the Boston Bruins. Thank God I didn't trade away any first rounders. If we missed the playoffs and I would have traded away first rounders, yikes. All right, we got to get going. Up against the Columbus Blue Jackets. One team at a time right here. Is there any way... So there's no way... So EA did a good thing, but they also didn't go all the way with it. So see the thing on the right? I can't actually change it with any... I got to just wait for it to change itself. Is there any way I can change, like if I hit RB? LB? Right trigger? No, you can't change it, so I gotta wait for all the divisions to go by. EA, one step forward, one step back. Columbus, alright, so I gotta wait for Columbus. Where's the Columbus Blue Jackets right here? Columbus Blue Jackets, they are 63 points. Alright, so we gotta beat these guys. Yeah, gotta beat these guys. Simulate up. Come on, okay, we broke the losing streak. Alright, good. Next up, the friggin' Anaheim Ducks. What's their record like? Doesn't matter, they're in the West. They're a good team, 42-21-10. All right, that's a tough one. But we got to get points. We can't just be beating Eastern Conference teams anymore. We've got to find a way. All right, so past the Anaheim Ducks, that's a victory. R1? No, it's not R1 or L1. I'm clicking every button. It would show something in the bottom right if it said that you could do it. All right, so 2 in a row right there. That's good, 37-31-6. Let's see where we sit right now. We are 5 points out of the playoffs. Oh my God, 5 clean points out of the playoffs, man. We've got to win. We've got to win like 3 in a row. All right, so the LA Kings, we traded for Alec Martinez. Come on, keep the winning going. Keep the winning going. Big points in a shootout. Big points right there. But we're getting points against Western Conference teams. So there's 3 in a row after losing. Like, we won 3 in a row, and then we, like, went to, 5-1, and then we won 3 in a row again. Come on, just keep on winning. Just keep on winning. The San Jose Sharks, they don't look to be a good team this year. The simulation's all over the place. San Jose, come on, we need that W. Need that W. Need that W. That's 4 in a row. All right, we're back in business. At least we've got ourselves back to a spot where we can fight here, all right? So let's see where we sit in the standings. We are 3 points out of the playoffs, but the Flyers do have a game in hand. All right, but if we didn't win those in a row, my God. All right, so 6 games remaining. The tough Detroit Red Wings, baby, who are holding on to a wild card spot. We are trying to catch the Red Wings. Come on, beat the fucking Red Wings, man. They're garbage. They're shite. They're absolute shite. Torrey Krug! March 29th. Oh, well, we're screwed. We're absolutely screwed now, boys. Torrey Krug, one of our better players. Our second best defenseman goes down with an injury. All right, well, edit lines manually. I mean, I got to just go best lines now. I have to just go best lines now. Yeah, I have to. Best lines, because that was our best. Yeah, I'm going best lines. All right, so +1s. They got +1s across the board for defense. I'm listening to the coach here. At offense, we got +1s. Heinen. Jacob Forsbacka. Carlson isn't playing? How dare. All right, hang on. Backus is in there. Yo, Backus, if I move you up there, no, you don't help out. Yo, Gauntz, if I take you out and I put Jacob Forsbacka in, hang on a second. Forsbacka, Carlson. What happens to that line? If it stays the same, he's going in. All right, Forsbacka, Carlson's going in. He's a +11, baby. He's playing great. Can we make these lines green at all if I move him in there? No, all right, so I don't want to mess with them too much. So Forsbacka, Carlson is going to play on the 3rd line with Brassard and Heinen, all right? Chara is alongside of McAvoy. Martinez with Carlo. Martinez is a big acquisition now that Krug went down at the worst time. And Richie and Gauntz are our scratch players. All right, Tuukka Rask, would you fucking step up? You got to finish the year. All right, he's been playing good. You got to finish the year with a save percentage above .914. So you at least play better than what you've played the entire year. That's a 3-2 victory over Detroit. That's a 3-2 victory over Detroit in that Torrey Krug injury game. Oh, my God. Simulate up to this day. All right, so 5 in a row right there, ladies and gents. We're really going on it. 5 in a row, so 40-31-6, and we beat the Detroit Red Wings in regulation. Well, yeah, in regulation right there. Let's see where we sit. Because wait for the standings to come back around to the what's it called? The Atlantic, and we are 3 points out still 3 points out, but plenty of games to get those 3 points. We just have to keep on winning and get a little bit of luck, all right? So 3 points out. Come on. I think we've negated any kind of advantage in the games. Yeah, we've all played 77. 3 points out, all right? We're trying to catch the Panthers, and we have a game up against the Panthers right there. Ottawa, shitty team. The fucking Senators, man. You got to beat the Senators. On a 5-game winning streak, you got to beat the fucking Senators. We lose to the fucking Senators in regulation. Oh! My God, Boston. What the hell? Oh. All right, let's see. Are we still 3 games back? Maybe. No. Well, yeah, we're still 3 games back. I don't know if they've played another game, though. Oh, my God. All right, here it is. The game up against the Florida Panthers. This is essentially the game we've got to win. Let's see the stats. Panthers, oh, my God. They have a 5-point lead. No, we're not catching them. Fucking the Metropolitan Division is so shit, man. And I'm stuck in the goddamn Atlantic, and every team is killing it. That's the season right there. Yeah, well, we need to beat them. We need to win every single game now. We need to win 4 in a row, essentially. So here it is, up against the Florida Panthers. And, roster management. Torrey Krug is available. I'll just go best lines. Let's see. That's a 6-2. Fucking hell, man. 6-2 loss to the Florida Panthers. Way to go, Boston. Way to fucking go. Season is over. We don't even get back into the playoffs. Oh, my God. My God. The Panthers, the Red Wings, and the Canadiens are all better than the Boston Bruins here. Oh, EA Sports. Thank God I didn't trade away my first-round picks. Yeah. You guys have sure made GM mode a lot better this season. Franchise. Oh, yeah, the season simulation is so accurate. It's so great, man. Oh, yeah, now we'll play great. Now we'll win the last. Oh, yeah, now we'll win the last 3 in a row. That loss against the Florida Panthers right there. Oh, my God. All right, so 92 points on the year, 4 points behind the Florida Panthers, and we are not in the playoffs. Look at the Metropolitan Division, man. Look, that's where all the points went. We had 92 points. We would have been ahead of the 3rd place New York Rangers. So it's the division that we're in. 92 points would have been... Yeah, 92 points would have been enough for the Western playoffs as well. So we did enough to make the playoffs. We should have, but just because of the way the stupid NHL playoff system and also EA Sports' simulation. I mean, let me see these freaking Red Wings. The Detroit Red Wings, for God's sakes. Let me see their lines, view lines. How the hell did the Detroit Red Wings make the playoffs ahead of the Boston Bruins? Was it all the injuries earlier? I mean, Bertuzzi, Larkin. All right, so Larkin's good, 88, but we have Patrice Bergeron, so we got that covered off. Mantha, 85. Not bad, but we got Pasternak, we got Marchand. So our first line covers theirs off completely. Second line, Helm, Athanasiou, and Zadina. I mean, we got DeBrusk, we got Krejci. That covers them off. Third line, Nelson, Filppula, and Abdelkader. We got Brassard, we got Charlie Coyle, and then Ernie, Brian Bullitt, and Rasmussen. What about their blue line? I mean, an 82 and an 83 overall on the blue line. Cholowski, Namath, Roenick, Spiza, and what about their goaltender? Jimmy Howard, a 914 save percentage on the year. Jonathan Bernier, 923 save percentage. Let me see their stats. Unbelievable. They're hot garbage. I know, man. I don't know what happened with our season simulation this year. EA Sports has made their game, their GM mode worse with this new system. Makes no sense at all. Let me guess, the Detroit Red Wings had the right coach and the right chemistry, right, EA? Woo, yeah, they found a way through. Ridiculous. All right, so 98 points on the year for the Detroit Red Wings. Let's see, goals for per game. Goals for per game for Detroit, down there at 2.76, and they still somehow made the playoffs. All right, goals against per game, 2.67. Yeah, they were the second best defensive team in our division. What about the NHL? The Detroit Red Wings, with Jimmy Howard as their goaltender, with an 82 and 83 overall on the blue line. They were the, what is that? They were the 6th best defensive team in the NHL this season. Go fuck yourself, EA. Honest to God. Jeez, man. Do something. Their power play was shit, 14%. What was their penalty kill? Let's see. Detroit's. Yeah, 6th best in the NHL. They just simulated and won games somehow, man. I have no clue how that happened. Last 10, 4, 5, and 1. I don't know how they got their W's, man. Yeah, how many points? That's a good idea. Let me go to the Detroit Red Wings and see how many points that they actually had on their team. Detroit Red Wings, let me see here. All right, so the Detroit Red Wings, Larkin, 84 points. Let me go just the forwards right here. 84 points. Mantha, 30-goal season. All right. Bertuzzi, 53. I mean, they're all just like plus players, essentially. I don't even know. It doesn't even make sense how they made the playoffs over us, man. Unless it was the injuries earlier on in the season that had us losing games. But Mike Green, a -3. How are these defensemen all plus players? It doesn't make sense. Namath, Roenick, Cholowski, and DeKaiser are all plus players over an 82-game season in the Atlantic Division. And then the goaltenders, I mean, Bernier, 12-2, 12-2-1 as a backup. That also had a big thing to do with it. And then Jimmy Howard, 914 save percentage. Same as Tuukka Rask, an 84 overall goaltender, had the same save percentage as a 90 overall goaltender. More examples of how the fucking chemistry and ratings and all that are nonsense. Tuukka Rask, same overall as Jonathan Bernier, 8-11 with a save percentage of 887. All right, defensively, let's see. Torrey Krug, a -15. All right, McAvoy, -2. So on the best first line in the NHL with Pastrnak, Marchand, and Bergeron, and McAvoy and Krug playing with them, Detroit Red Wings had a better plus-minus than the Boston Bruins. All right, very good. Chara was a +3, or 13. Moore was a +21, but our best two defensemen were a -15. All right. And forwards, let's see, Pastrnak, Marchand, and Bergeron, all plus players. Krejci became a plus player. DeBrusk became a plus player, which means Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson was a +11. All right, 12 points in 28 games played. So the +6 were all plus players. The bottom 4 defensemen were all plus players. 2 goaltenders that were better than the Detroit Red. Oh my God, it's so inconsistent. What a joke. EA, this is a completely random sim. I have no clue whether or not the other teams have chemistry or not, but there is no reason why the Detroit Red Wings should have had a better season than us. No reason whatsoever. It feels completely random. Completely random. So I don't know what to make of it, ladies and gents. We're going to continue here with the Boston Bruins going into year number 2. Unfortunately, I was unable to get us into the playoffs, even though the changes that I made worked out. Forsbacka Karlsson made the top 6 a plus. I don't know why we missed the playoffs. I don't know why. Other than chemistry and coaching decisions. You know, that's the only thing that I can think of why the Red Wings surpassed us. Jonathan Bernier, 12-2-1. Oh my God. All right, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the offseason for the Boston Bruins. Good Lord. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah! Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning!